Hi everyone. In this video we are going to see about the installation of Spark as well as how the GUI of Spark looks like. For that reason, let's start with the installation process. So I already did the installation. I will be saying the things. So here initially for the installation we have to go through this site. So in this site we will select the 3.1.2 uh, version of Spark and we will install with this, uh, and we will save the file. We will press OK and will get downloaded, and we can see that in our downloads. So Spark the 3.1.2 is there, and we will untar it, like we will extract it directly. You can extract it or with the command like tar hyphen xvf and the Spark directory name we have to give, and it will untar it. And after, as soon as the untaration part is done, in the home directory we will see the bash file. We have to change the bash rc file. So in the bash rc file we will be giving the elements like Spark path we have to give, and after that we have to give the bin Spark bin, and then Python path we have to give, and the Python Jupyter and Python notebook. These things need to be given. So after that we will save this with the source.bashrc, and before that we have to also install the Jupyter notebook because we are using that. So in the Jupyter notebook we will use pip3 install Jupyter in the terminal itself. So pip3 install Jupyter, then it will get installed. And after that, if we type spark hyphen version, spark shell hyphen version, hyphen version. See, our version is displayed here. It is 3.1.2, so that our Spark is good. And now to shift to the Spark shell also we can use Spark hyphen shell. Directly it will get to there, hyphen shell. So let's wait. It will go into the shell, and after that see, we can see Scala. So here we can write our command. So our Spark is got installed, and then afterwards we need to check with the GUI of like UI of Spark, how many executors are working. And to understand that things, what we do is that we have to change the configurations in the env file. So for that reason we will move into the directory where the Spark got installed. So it's in my downloads Spark, downloads path, like otherwise we can, okay, we will do this downloads Spark and config file, uh, press enter, ls. So initially spark hyphen env dot sh dot template, it will be there. So first we need to rename this template env, and also installation of Spark. In Spark, in the source bash rc file we have to give the Java path as well. We should install Java, but Java is already installed and gave path for other videos in the, like we used Flumes and all. So there we already did it. So that's why I did not explain about that. So now here I need to change the env.sh, and let's open that nano spark env sh. And now if we go inside, these are the changes that we need to be done in so that we will get the path. So Hadoop config dir and Hadoop etc Hadoop, and this address to be given as 127.0.0.1, and just save it. And now we'll press and say in the home directory. Let's check it out how that works. So for that reason, initially we will try to create two executors running, and then we can check it out. So first we will use shell spark hyphen shell hyphen executors num executors hyphen 2. Here we have to give the executors spark hyphen shell hyphen master yarn hyphen num hyphen executors 2. Let's press enter. It's loading. For that we have to go into this cluster, that is localhost colon 8088. Let's wait till it gets executed, because it's already running here. So here we are creating the master as yarn, and number of executors too. So it got executed, and we have this application, and also this we can go check in 108088 localhost. So here if we refresh it, we are able to see applications. So first initially this is a history part, like this is history, already I did it. Now this is a new one, so let's check how many got executed. So this is the timeline we can see. Initially we can see here history, and now here while going here in the event timeline you can check it out. What is the what is the different types of executors running. So there are two executors running. We gave one is like executor 1 and executor 2, and this is the timeline. That's it. This is how we can check with the GUI. I hope you understood, and this is the end of the video. And if you want PySpark like Jupyter, how it will be running low, so let us check that also as well. So first we will exit from this, and now here we will use PySpark. So directly we are going into the Jupyter. So here we will understand, like we can create the new file, like if we can go into some files, whether in desktop Jupyter Spark. Here we can create here new, and we can select the Python 3 terminal, like here we will get the note like different shells, notebook Jupyter, and here we can type and we will execute the commands. That's it. That's it for today and I think I hope you all got the things, and we will catch up with the other video. Bye.